Greetings everyone and welcome to another World War Z video. Today we're going to review the best weapons you can buy by investing your blue coins, because this is a very rare resource that you can either grind in intense extreme difficulty, hard horde mode, or weekly by completing challenge mode. There are actually many options to purchase, from primary weapons, secondary weapons. Unfortunately, we don't have any melee weapons with blue coins, and I do hope in the future they add a certain very good melee weapons that they can be better in some ways and we can buy them using the blue coins. Before we start, I have to mention that in this video I'm going to include all the weapon options, not just the new additions from Aftermath, in case some new players just visit this video, or in case some old players just happen to save all your blue coins in preparation for Aftermath and you don't have enough yet to purchase everything and you just want to prioritize some weapons. So without any further delay, let's begin. I'm going to split this into two categories, first for the primary weapons, second for the secondary weapons, and in the end of the video I'm going to mention the order if you want to purchase some things, what are the best among both primary and secondary weapons. So let's begin with the primary weapons. By far the best choice is the Tier 3 battle rifle. It's a nice upgrade. If you compare it to the other upgrades, it's a full automatic weapon. If you compare it to the semi-automatic that has the same magazine capacity, it has more power, more fire rate. If you compare it to the semi-automatic that has a little more power accuracy, it has better handling, fire rate, and better magazine. So by far this is a very nice choice. You will shred the Zik during the swarm attacks, and in case you find it during a mission, you will be happy to just use it in all classes. Moving on to the second option, which is actually the Advanced SMG, which is a new addition from Aftermath. Let's compare it, let's say, to the best SMG, the counterpart, among these two options. This is actually without silencer, but it has more power. This has a silencer, but it has less power. Let's compare it to this one. It has less power, less handling, but it has one very important stat, the max penetration, which is +1. Losing a little bit of power compared to the counterpart of the silenced version, but losing a lot from the power from the full auto advanced SMG. But does this perform better, for example, from this advanced SMG against swarm attacks? The answer is simply yes. As you can see in the background, I have made some tests. This is by far a superior choice. Thanks to the double penetration, we can now be able to kill a lot more Zik. So the basic advanced SMG can do between 21 kills to 30 kills with a full magazine against a pyramid, compared to the advanced SMG you buy now with a 1000 blue coins, where you can do 38 kills to 45 kills. So you see that its upgrade is huge. Although it has less power, it's better, and I do recommend to buy it. And thankfully now we have the advanced SMG, special SMG. It's a nice option now for the slasher and the medic to just spec with a reloading speed for SMG, because before that I didn't like honestly the previous SMG. It wasn't as powerful during the swarm attacks, but this SMG is actually a very nice upgrade and very welcome. For the third and fourth spot, we actually have a tie between the classic battle rifle and the new addition, the shotgun, the Tier 1, because this will depend on the class you're going to use. So in case you don't plan, for example, to use the fixer, the classic battle rifle is not the best option because it has 0 penetration. So this is a very bad weapon against swarm attacks, because you are going to kill very few Zik. I have made some tests, you kill 20, if you're lucky a little more than 20 Zik during the pyramid attacks, compared to the fixer that can add an extra penetration for single shot rifles. And that will make this a classic battle rifle in the hands of the fixer a very good and reliable weapon, that it's even good against swarm attacks. Against Standard Zik, this is actually one of the most powerful weapons. In case you don't plan to use it against swarm attacks, it's actually a good addition. And the new shotgun is actually very good because it now has flechettes. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce this correctly. Now the shotgun will fire the stings instead of backshots and can strike targets at large distance and much lower spread. So actually, after some testing, as you can see in the background, you can do very decent headshots with this shotgun in very long range, although it has a downside, which let's compare it to the better upgrade with the old shotgun, We have less penetration, less accuracy, less handling, but we lose 3 power. And the backshot actually the shotgun does, why it's better against the shotgun in some situations. It's against many idle Zeke, so if you're alone, if you run with bots and not with friends, this shotgun will be able to just crowd control the Zeke in front of you, stagger them, and you will be able to one-shot most of them. And it has a better spread, which is devastating in short range. Compared to the new shotgun, which is very good in longer range in case you run with a group, and it's actually a much superior option in Horde mode. And this will allow you to do many kills in Horde mode because it has better penetration, better range. So this is actually a very good option between 3 and 4 in case you want to buy a primary weapon. If you don't want to go with a fixer, I do recommend for your third choice to be a shotgun. Otherwise, if you play a fixer as your main class, a classic battle rifle is a superior option, or in case you play, I don't know, with a Hellraiser that only want to use heavy weapons and stationary machine guns during swarm attacks, and this can be also a good option. There are 2 remaining options for the primary weapons, and that's the bullpup rifle and the new crossbow. Let's have a look at the bullpup, which is the next on the list, although I have to mention that it's not impressive the 2 last spots, because bullpup has selective fire, so this weapon will shoot 3 bullet bursts while in mini zoom and full auto when not aiming, compared to the classic bullpup rifle, which let's have a look at the differences. So we lose some power, fire rate, and we lose 1 penetration, which is actually makes this weapon very bad against swarm attacks. So let's say we're using this against swarm attacks in comparison to the classic bullpup rifles. The kills you can expect with a upgrade quote unquote, with the blue coins is around 30 to 35 kills in a pyramid, compared to the regular bullpup rifle that can do from 40 to 50 kills. And yes, I made some tests. The classic bullpup rifle is much superior against swarms. The only reason I can think about this being good, now that we have the first person perspective, in case you don't aim, this can be nice with a gunslinger and the frontline supply, be able to replenish a lot of ammo just, I don't know, using your selective fire without using the burst fire and keeping the magazine up. There's no other thing I can think of that the classic bullpup rifle is superior. Personally, I don't recommend you to buy it. It's not as good. Only buy it as a last resort, even after you have bought the secondary weapons, which we'll mention in the end. But now let's go to the last spot, which is of course the crossbow. I had very high hopes for crossbow. It has 10 magazine, 5 penetration instead of 1, losing some power, but actually the crossbow has piercing bolts, so instead of explosive munition, this crossbow fires classic bolts that can pierce through several targets. On paper, this seems nice, but there are many problems to make this weapon the worst to upgrade. In my opinion, you should never upgrade this. Keep it for last. It's very frustrating, very disappointing, and actually very bad, to be honest. It never one-shots the Zeke unless you go for a headshot. During swarm attacks, it's actually awful, even when targeting pyramids. And compared to the actual crossbow, you don't do as many kills. So the actual crossbow, which is also bad, in my opinion, it's worse. But at least the classic crossbow can be decent in the hands of the Hellraiser, or it's decent when you run with a group. In case you run with solo or something else, this crossbow is just terrible, in my opinion. Max penetration 5, yeah, so what? You just penetrate a 5 Zeke and you don't do any kills. It's not as good to invest 1000 blue coins. It doesn't contribute in the damage for the pyramids as well compared to the classic crossbow. So yeah, never buy this unless it's the last 1000 blue coins you have purchased every weapon, you have purchased every appearance, and then you want to just do something, yeah, buy it to just try it for yourself. But honestly, don't. So let's begin with the secondary weapons, and the number 1 choice is by far the classic pistol, because it has a bounty hunter. This weapon deals 50% more damage to special zombies. It has decent power compared to the other parts, and it has many benefits. First of all, it has the same power as the fully upgraded non-silenced pistol. It has 2 penetration, although it's not necessary, but it can help to just kill the Zeke that are behind the Zeke or the specials. and all the classes can start with this weapon. So unless you spec with a specific perk, you will start with all the classes with this weapon. That's why this is the number one on the list for the secondary weapons. Just because you can start with this, it's very decent. It can kill screamers in long range, it can deal with lurkers if you go for a couple of body shots or a headshot. It's very powerful, very nice, can finish off gas bags, can deal even with infectors with a couple of headshots. So here we have once again a tie between the second and the third spot, with the machine pistol and the PDW, the new addition from Aftermath. Now, why there's a tie? The machine pistol and PDW are both nice options. The machine pistol can be a little better because it has the refreshing kills. Killing the special zombie with this weapon reloads your primary weapon. But if you ask why there is a tie, this depends on the class you're going to use. Certain classes can start with this weapon, so the Drone Master can start with a machine pistol, and both the Hellraiser and the Gunslinger can start with a PTW. But honestly, the Hellraiser probably will never pick that, so honestly you have only the Gunslinger. With the Hellraiser you're probably going with a grenade launcher or the improved MGL. So let's say in case you go with a Gunslinger and you want to start with a PTW, this will be a better choice. In case you want to go with the Drone Master and you want to start with a machine pistol, this is a superior choice. But between the two weapons, in case you don't start with either the classes, machine pistol is a little better because of the refreshing kills and the fully auto mode instead of the burst fire. It has maximum power compared to the counterpart with the silencer. It fires very fast, it can finish off the screamers with 30 bullets, it's more than enough. The lurkers very fast, so this is a superior option. Although the PTW, compared to its counterpart, the full auto, which is now a semi-automatic weapon, as you can see, that has, let's compare it. It has better power, accuracy, max penetration, low magazine, but we don't care. It's very good for precise kills. As you can see in the background, the accuracy is significantly improved to do headshots, so this makes it a very good option to run, especially with a Gunslinger, or even a medic if you find it within the level, to do precision kills, to kill some specials far away. It's a very nice option to invest for that in the machine pistol, so don't hesitate. And in the last spot is the grenade launcher, because it's very rare to find within the level, and because of the ability. Incendiary grenades, this weapon uses incendiary grenades, so they deal less damage but set area on fire. The Hellraiser never wants to do damage over time effects. We have the directed blast, so explosives deals double damage to the Zik. That's why the grenade launcher is a superior option for the Hellraiser, the only class that starts with a grenade launcher. That's why you don't want this. So the normal grenade launcher is better in the hands of both the Hellraiser and the Exterminator because it has a flat 50% extra damage against Zik during swarm attacks. And this is a better option in any other class because you're not going with huge burst DPS, you can just set many Zik on fire and deal with them, although it consumes a lot of ammo with ammo box, be careful, and that's why it's in the last spot. Before we close the video, let's have a closer look between both options, primary and secondary weapons. What is the best order to unlock all the weapons using your blue coins? In my opinion, the tier 3 battle rifle is number 1 because I know many people would just want to unlock a very powerful option using your coins. And the number 2 is pistol, otherwise it would be vice versa. In case you want to be, I don't know, the safe kind of guy, yes, you can unlock the pistol, but including myself, the first thing I unlocked was the battle rifle myself, to just have a very good toy in the end game. The third and fourth choice is a tie between the shotgun and an advanced SMG. Once again, in case you want to invest in something more reliable, you can go with a shotgun. Many classes start with it, it's very decent, but if you want a new toy, once again, the advanced SMG is actually a very good option, especially for specific classes such as the slasher and the medic. In case you play these classes, go with advanced SMG, otherwise prioritize the shotgun for 3 and 4 options. 5 and 6, number 5 is the machine pistol. It's a little better between this and the PTW, which is the 6th spot, because of the refresh skills and the fully automatic mode. Number 7 is the classic battle rifle, the tier 2. Number 8 is the grenade launcher. Number 9 is optional the bullpup rifle In case you want to use it, I don't know, with a gunner in first person perspective, it can be decent, but in my opinion it's not very good, so that's why it's an optional choice. With a number 10 that you can forget or never purchase, the crossbow, which is the worst option by far. I don't know what they were thinking, I'm very disappointed, I have to mention it again. Non-impressive, not good, non-reliable, bad against swarm attacks, bad against idle Zik. At least it's silent. Overall, I don't like it personally, unless they significantly buff it with, I don't know, some damage, impales the Zik, or just make a combination of the two crossbows, I don't know, between the Rambo crossbow that has the explosive arrows and the regular crossbow, I don't know, add some penetration and explosive. That would make it, I don't know, a passable choice. But honestly, in my opinion, purchase all the weapons before the bullpup rifle and the crossbow, purchase any appearances and any trinkets you want, buy the bullpup rifle, and after you have bought everything, the bullpup, the appearances and everything else, then, in case you are curious, buy the crossbow, to just get disappointed as I am, and join the club. And that was it for today's video. I really hope this will help you just make your choice between what weapons to unlock first using the blue coins, which is a very rare currency, and help you throughout a new World War Z Aftermath. And fingers crossed, in the near future we'll have some melee weapons to unlock using the blue coins and some decent options, or fingers crossed once again to buff, let's say, some underwhelming weapons, for example bullpup rifle and another random example the crossbow. So feel free to like if you liked, and you can subscribe to stay tuned for more upcoming videos for World War Z Aftermath and other video games. And as always, I wish you all a wonderful day.